Kenny? How's it going, fellas? What are you guys up to tonight? Okay, sounds good, Kenny. Any fishing done? I haven't done much fishing this last week. I got out on Wednesday, and it was another pretty slow day. I actually had 2 days. I was going to put 2 different fishing trips into one video. The time I went with my wife for walleye last weekend, and then last Wednesday with me and Evan. But it's so slow that it's not even going to make one good video. So I'm probably going to can all the footage that I got from that. And yeah, just, I don't know. I'm going to get out at some point this week and try to get another video. But yeah, the early ice bite is done, and fishing's been pretty slow here. Hope everyone had a good Christmas. I got coal again. I just haven't figured out this whole naughty and nice crap yet. Yeah, it takes a while. Got only a couple dinky crappies. Yeah, it's just we're not catching nearly the amount of fish we were there for a couple weeks after we could finally get on. So we're gonna have to keep trying anyways. Maybe try some new spots. We're at that point where early ice is done, but you can't really get out to the good spots yet. I mean, you can, but you got to walk a long ways, so it's kind of a lull in the season here that really no fun. How'd everybody's Christmas go? Tell you guys a few things that I got. I got new galvanized steel 4x8 foot garden bed my wife bought me. What else did I get? I got a 400-pound magnet for magnet fishing, so I'm going to be doing some videos on that. I don't know when I'm going to do that. I mean, there are some spots I could do now. Stupid dog. Zeus, go lay down. Knocking shit over. There is some spots that I could do now with that thing. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's cold out. So I don't know, maybe we'll do that yet this winter. Do some magnet fishing videos. And what else did I get? I got a new outside thermometer, like a digital one, like a weather station. I got some gloves. That's about it. How's it going, Wisconsin Outlook? Yeah, now we're going to get a dumping of snow. Yeah, we got, I forget how much they said, 3 to 5 inches or something. I don't know. It depends on what weather station you look at. Like one channel says you're going to get 3 to 5 inches. Another channel says nothing. Like, I don't know what to go on anymore. Packers win last night was a good present. It sure was. They looked really dominant. That was their first game in a while where they really put together 4 quarters of football there. I was pretty impressed by them, especially the defense last night. I thought the defense played excellent. The Titans came into town with obviously the best running back in the league, but they also had the #1 scoring offense in the league, the #2 in total yards in the league for their offense, and the defense shut them down. I mean, they scored 2 touchdowns, but other than that, they were shut down. Derrick Henry had less than 100 yards. Ryan Tannehill, who came in really hot, I think he was like 31 touchdowns, 5 interceptions on the season, and he got shut down. He had 110 yards and 1 touchdown, 2 picks. So the defense played really, really well last night. I think we're now 7th overall in defense. Everybody's been been begging and begging for a good defense for years, and now that we got one, they still get disrespected. I don't understand that. Like, I mean, yeah, teams can move the ball on us and stuff, but there's a lot worse teams out there. I mean, we're ranked 7th, so what are you complaining about? Did pick up some new Widowmaker tungsten jigs. Bought myself a Lake Masters Plus chip. There you go. Got to use your new snowblower yesterday? Yeah, I got to use mine. Oh, it's been a couple days ago now. Worked really well. That was another kind of a debacle here. So I used it. It was probably the day before Christmas, Christmas Eve, I think. Yeah, so I went out and snowblowed with a Cub Cadet, and then I went up on the deck with my yard machine. That's where I've been keeping that. And yeah, I got up on there and started snowblowing, and the stuff was just shooting out like, I kid you not, like a foot. It was constantly getting plugged. It wasn't even um, like wet and heavy. It was pretty light, fluffy snow when I did it, so that thing was kind of working like crap. Had nothing to do with it anyways, but so when I started the thing always starts first pull, so I pulled it, one start, pulled it a few more times, one start. I'm like, what the heck? Shouldn't be out of gas. Last time I used the thing, I filled it with gas and I barely used it. So I went to check it, and it's dry. There's no gas in it. Whatever. So I threw some gas in it, started right up. Did what I had to do. I mean, it would have been faster to shovel. But, so anyways, I mentioned it to my dad. He's like, oh, maybe it's leaking gas, or it's, I'm like, well, I never noticed any gas spots around it or anything, you know? And he's like, well, maybe it's leaking into the oil. He's like, maybe that's why it's starting first pull every time. All right, so on Christmas, it was dark outside. We were outside, and I smelt or I took the oil cover off, and he told me to smell it, see if it smelled like gas, and I thought it smelled like gas, and then he saw something on the dipstick he thought was gas getting in there, but so he came over yesterday, ripped the whole thing apart. Turns out it wasn't leaking gas into the oil, and I don't know why it's going down on gas so fast anyways, but it's running great. I don't know what's going on with that. So yeah, that was a pretty big pain. And then a couple days ago, Saturday, I've been wanting a stereo system for my garage. Nothing huge and fancy, but I want a stereo out in my garage anyways, not just a little dinky radio, you know. And seen a guy out by where I fish. He posted one for sale, 2 Kenwood 10-inch subs and a Pioneer receiver. Wanted 175 bucks for it, and I asked him if he'd take 120, and he said yeah. So I went out and picked that up. The guy claimed there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Whatever. I get it home. All the channels on it are burnt out except for one, so I can only run one speaker off it. So I monkeyed with that for a day. Couldn't get it figured out. My dad came over. He couldn't get it figured out. So then I had it set up to go to my uncle, who works on electronics like that. And reminds me, I got to message him, tell him I'm not coming. But then I had my brother come over yesterday and look at it, and he's pretty good with that type of stuff, and he figured it out. How we could get, it's like a surround sound system, but the wires are going like the center speaker where that's supposed to be, and it'll work, but you got to put it on a different setting, which I didn't know. And so yeah, I got both speakers working now, but then I discovered that one of the tweeters was blown. So yeah, I wasn't real happy with that purchase anyways. I felt like I overpaid for it to begin with, and then for it to not be what the guy claimed, I was pretty upset about that, but it works anyhow. It'll be good for a garage stereo. Dylan was a moose. Yeah, that guy couldn't be stopped last night. I wish we would have been using him a little more throughout the season, but it's a good little thing to keep in our back pocket right until playoff time. You know, maybe they did it on purpose. Only problem with shear bolt was broken off the auger, so only half of it was really working, and I'll have to order some new ones. Yeah. How's it going, Dell's Catering, Jeff Craik? Anyone driving on the ice? I've heard that there's people driving on the ice up here, but I haven't seen it with my own eyes, so I don't really believe it yet. We've been getting more snow on the ice here, so it's not really building much at all right now. It was cold for a few nights. Oh, that's another thing I've been dealing with. my furnace. Maybe you guys kind of have an idea. So it got real cold Thursday night, I believe, Christmas Eve night. It got real cold, and I was sitting in the house here, and I'm like, it's kind of chilly. I'm gonna go check to see what the thermostat is set at, and I look, and it's set at 68, I think, but it was 66 degrees in here. I'm like, well, that's weird. The furnace is running, but whatever. And then a little bit later, I looked, and it was only 65 in here, but the furnace is running. And I'm going around to all the vents and stuff, and I've noticed this before, that I go around and feel the vents in the house, and it's almost cool air. I mean, it's like room temperature air. It's not blowing very warm air, and some of the vents are barely blowing at all. Like, what the heck's going on? And I just replaced the furnace filter like a week ago. I'm like, what's going on here? So the furnace is running nonstop. So for the night, anyways, I got a couple big space heaters. I turned them on, keep the house warm. And then I, started monkeying with it the next morning. I kind of looked online and seen that, furnace filter is a thing. So I took it out completely to try to, get it to work better, and that didn't help anything. So I had a friend come over and look at it, and he kind of diagnosed it to be uh, that it's a two-stage furnace, and then it'll run in stage one for 8 minutes, and then when it's supposed to kick into stage two, it kicks in and then completely kicks out, and it stops, and then it'll restart completely. So if the house ain't up to heat within the 8 minutes, it's supposed to kick into stage two, and then it doesn't anyhow. And he couldn't figure out why it was doing that. So we have a furnace guy coming over tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow, my wife said, to check it out. So hopefully we get that figured out. I hope it's not too expensive too. 3 years ago, I left gas in the tank all year when I went to start. Got nothing. I added fresh gas. Still nothing. 2 weeks later, it fired up. But it blew a fireball out the exhaust. Then worked fine. Hey, whatever works, huh? Sold your Jiffy 30 Legend Saturday, huh? Okay, Kenny. Yeah, that had to be a sad day. Just ATV so far. How thick is the ice? I don't know. I haven't been out since Wednesday. It was about 6 inches where we were on Wednesday, I'm guessing. I don't know. I haven't really measured the ice in a while. I'm guessing that's about what it was on Wednesday. Obviously, it built some Thursday, Friday, but we got snow and stuff too. So who knows where it's sitting at now? We might have 7 or 8. It did get below zero there for a little while. Windfall Lake in Exland. No, I'm not familiar with it at all. Oh, you guys are gaining ice fast down there. You guys are probably about where I'm at for ice now. I mean, some people are getting their ice castles and stuff out, but they're just pulling them out with side-by-sides. I don't think there's any vehicles on yet. But I haven't been out to see much this last week, so who knows? I haven't been fishing in 5 days. So it could be a lot different by now. It did get real cold here, so. But yeah, we got, I don't know, probably 4 inches of snow on, must have been Wednesday or Thursday. We got 4 inches of snow. Then we got a little bit more again today, a little bit more yesterday, dustings basically. We might have got half an inch today, something like that. Nothing much though. 0 to 5 inches in Madison area. Fishing has not been good. Yeah, it's really slowed down here. They are driving on the river here. Holy crap. That's a little risky. Had 80 inches on my earliest ice spot yesterday, but we have snow now, so it will slow down. Yeah. Saw a guy up in Wausau on 10 inches with his truck parked right next to his permanent ice shanty. That's pushing it in my mind. Yeah, that's a little thin for me. I mean, maybe a mid-size be doing that. I mean, I know you can, but whether it's safe or not is another thing. You know, I've been in a full-size truck with a snowmobile in the back and stuff on 8 inches before, but that was dumb. You know, I mean, guys, I had a friend go out on 7 inches in his Jeep. Was it last year or 2 years ago? So, I mean, I know it can be done, but whether it's smart or not is another thing. It's like we've talked about many times before in the live streams and stuff, is ice isn't just because you go out and drill a hole and you got 7 inches, or say you go out and drill a hole and you got a foot. That doesn't mean that's going to be a foot all the way across. You're going to run across some spots that don't have a foot, and you're going to be wishing you had a foot there. You know, you could drill a spot and have a foot of ice, and then drill another spot and have 7, 8 inches, no problem. You know, it's where the currents are, springs are, stuff like that. Shaded areas are going to have more ice than non-shaded areas. It's just the way it is. What areas of the lake have received more wind and froze over later than the other areas? All that stuff plays a factor. That's why I'm usually, well, I'm never the first guy to drive on the lake. Not worth it. I mean, losing all your equipment and your vehicle is one thing, but you know, to go through the ice, it's super dangerous. You'd probably die. I would. I'd die. There's no question in my mind. If I went through the ice, I can't swim. No, I'd be done. Guy fell through on Winnebago, had 8 inches of ice. Yeah, who knows? I mean, I'd feel super safe on 8 inches of ice too. So I was in a sinking car once during open water. That was enough for me. Yeah. Never the first, never the last. That's my motto. I'd die too. If I fell in. My shoulder is not the same after surgery. Yeah, yeah, that'd be hard work to pull yourself out, even with picks, you know, and doing everything the way you're supposed to get out, even with a um, life jacket on or inflatable suit, you know, all that stuff. And especially if you're a long ways from shore, or to take you a long time to get back to your vehicle or anywhere to get warm. Especially if it's, you know, frigid temps out, you know, below zero or something. That's a dangerous game you'd be playing. But yeah, we got the ice fishing contest coming up here. I think it'll be 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks now, 2.5 weeks, something like that. I don't know if we're going to be going that yet or not. I always want to get people to go out and do a big group on it, but yeah, whether people want to go with or not is another thing. It's always hard to get a big group going. It's been real hard for me the last, you know, quite a few years because I've worked weekends. So yeah, we'll see if we can get a bunch of people to go out anyways. All right, have a good one, Kenny. You guys got anything planned for New Year's here? I think we're gonna be going out to my buddy's house on New Year's Eve. We also have a water softener getting installed earlier in the day, New Year's Eve. So be around the house here for that. And then, yeah, that night I think we're going to go to my buddy's house. And he usually has a small party out there. Go out there and visit and drink some beer, I suppose. I don't know. I usually bring pork butt burnt ends out there, but I don't know. That's not really the theme this year. They're kind of doing like a taco thing this year, so I don't know what we're going to be bringing. Do you guys hear that? The dog just farted. I have to get rid of this dog. Non-stop farting. Stinks constantly. Wife and I play games with our kids till midnight. 12:01 a.m. Good night. There you go. We go fishing alone for the first time this season. It's fun having someone else with you, but I need some alone time too. Yeah. Well, it kind of. I don't mind going ice fishing by myself, but I definitely prefer to fish with somebody else. That way, we got more lines in the water, and chances of getting skunked is a lot less. But yeah, I know what you mean. Anyways, I like to go out for like big pike by myself. Granted, I might not get the flags, and I'll probably just be sitting there the whole time. But yeah, it's nice to get out by yourself once in a while. Nothing worse than dog farts. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Ever since, I mean, he's always been a gassy dog, but we switched him back and forth a couple times now on dog food throughout the years. I think he's like 5 now, and most of his life he's always gotten Purina Pro Plan. Well, we kind of switched him off that for no reason other than that. Well, no, that wasn't it. I don't know why we switched him this last time, but we switched him back to Diamond Naturals anyways. And yeah, ever since we did that, so gassy. So yeah, he might be getting switched back to Pro Plan here again before too long. It's literally nonstop all day long. You could just hear him farting, and then yeah, stinks up the whole house. He knows I'm talking about him. He's just sitting here staring at me. Yeah, he's a snorer too, and he dreams a lot. I can hear him all the way across the house at night, dreaming, whimpering and barking, and he's a nut. Aren't you? Yeah, ProPlan is good stuff. That's what I use. I know it's pricey, but worth it. Yeah, that's what I always. Well, I've fed that for a lot of years. He gets it most of the time. Like I said, we switched him, but he's gotten it most of his life. And then I fed it to my hounds for years, and the hounds did really well on it. So I like the stuff. It is expensive, but I believe it is good dog food. Feed your chihuahuas blue buffalo. Yeah, that's a good dog food too. My dog ate a pumpkin and a dead chipmunk the same day. Forget that smell. Yeah, I bet. That probably didn't smell too good. Propane is what we use too, not as pricey as some of the pet food stores sell. We get it on Amazon on Subscribe and Save. Okay, how much does it cost you on there? Do you know offhand? I think we usually go to Farm and Fleet to get ours, and it's probably around $44-$45 for like a 37-pound bag, I believe. It depends on which Pro Plan you get. Like a lot of my hounds during hunting season, I would always feed the Sport, which is a 30-20 blend, which is good for active dogs during hunting season. But then he would get like the Focus for large breeds and stuff after that. All the hounds would, and I think that's what we fed this guy. You probably can't see him, but sitting right here being a doofus. For a sensitive stomach bag. Okay, so that might be, sensitive stomach might be a little more expensive to begin with, so you might be getting a deal there. I'm not even sure. I don't know, we go to Farm and Fleet and it's like always, they say it's always on sale. It's like $1 off. Like every time we go there for years, it's been like, oh, it's on sale. It's $1 off. Whatever, why don't you just say that's the normal price, because you always have a sale on it apparently. All right, guys, we're at over 25 minutes now. If anybody's got any more questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, we're going to cut her off here around the half-hour mark. I bought at Farm and Fleet too, but lately they're always sold out. So the Amazon thing. Okay. Yeah, it kind of sucks. I mean, I like Farm and Fleet, but I don't go there often because I don't have a need to go there often. We don't, we go to Rice Lake, we do our grocery shopping, stuff like that. We don't go to Farm and Fleet very much. So, yeah, it's kind of a pain to have to go to Farm and Fleet. So, yeah, Amazon would be a decent option if they could deliver anything on time. I mean, I know it's Christmas and they're behind and stuff, but we've had so many packages in the last couple of weeks just late, every single one of them that we've ordered. Whether it be the Postal Service or FedEx or whatever, it's been late. Matter of fact, I got some light bulbs supposed to be coming through the Postal Service. They were supposed to be here today. Well, they were supposed to be here days ago, but said they were out for delivery today. Postal Service came, no light bulbs. Still says they're out for delivery. I don't know what's going on with that. See you next time, Wisconsin. 10 bags, get 11.3. There you go. Yep, see you next time, Mark. All right, guys. I think that's it for the night. Thanks for stopping in, everybody, and chatting with me. Anyhow, we do these live streams every Monday night, 6 o'clock if you're new here. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you guys next time.